Hello everyone and welcome to this unit's grammar lesson. Today we'll be talking about the passive voice. The passive voice is used when we want to stress an action. The person or the thing doing the action is not important. Sentences in the passive voice are usually constructed as follows. You have the subject plus a be verb and then a past participle. Okay, now a by phrase is often added to the end of this very basic structure. We'll learn more about by phrases and why these phrases can be omitted in some cases later on. One more note though before we do move on. If you want to use a negative, and in this case it will be the word not, you place the negative or the word not in front of the past participle in this structure. Okay. Let's go over the form of the passive voice in more detail. We're going to have 4 example sentences for you. And in the first 2 example sentences, a by phrase will not be employed. First of all, my flight was overbooked. Or my flight was not overbooked. Or, second of all, I was told to wait for the next flight. Or if I were to negate that, I could say, I was not told to wait for the next flight. Okay, in the following examples, a by phrase is used. For example, my bags were lost by the airline, or my sister was bitten by the neighbor's dog. And yes, if we were going to negate those sentences, we could say, my bags were not lost by the airline, or my sister was not bitten by the neighbor's dog. Okay, let's learn about the usage of the passive voice. In the following situations, the passive voice is often used without a by phrase. 1. When the subject is unknown, as in, the flowers from our garden were stolen. And yes, here, the phrase by someone has been omitted. Number 2. When the subject is unimportant. For example, the MRT line was completed last month. And here, the phrase by the workers has been omitted. 3. When the subject is obvious. For instance, a baby boy was born this morning. And yes, here the phrase by his mother has been omitted. The number 4, to stress the object. And a good example of this would be, Annie was elected class president. Here the phrase by her classmates has been omitted. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about tenses and the passive voice. Sentences in the passive voice have different verb tenses. Let's go through examples using the simple present tense, the simple past tense, the simple future tense, the present continuous tense, the past continuous tense, and then the present perfect tense. Let's take a look. For the simple present tense, the example would be, the company is run by Mr. Elder. Then we have an example using the simple past. We were taught right or wrong by our parents. Then let's take a look at an example using the simple future tense. A meeting will be held on Friday at 11 a.m. The same goes here next for the present continuous. The product is being sold by this store. Then we also have a sentence using the past continuous, as in, dinner was being prepared by Amy. Then last but not least, let's take a look at an example sentence using the present perfect tense. And that sentence would be, the work has been finished by us. Whew. Okay, that does it for our grammar lesson. But that's not all. Unit 2 of Book 2 of New Connection is now completely done as well. How about that? Anyway, though, we sincerely hope you enjoyed learning with us, and we'll see you next time.